Senior Moments, sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group on News Talk KVNU, 102 FM and 610 AM.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Senior Moment Show. My name is Bryce Patton, here with the fabulous Sid Roeder, all smiley and happy today. I'm glad because I'm not quite there yet. So
you got some waking up to do?
I still have a little bit of waking up to do. I'm excited for our guest. It's one of our members for the Empowering Seniors Group. And speaking of the Empowering Seniors Group, would you mind telling us a little bit about that?
I'm always delighted to talk about them. The Empowering Seniors Group is a group of professionals that have dedicated their time and effort to provide information to seniors, their family members, caretakers, and really all of the wonderful people that listen to us every Saturday. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors Group, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info, or you can email us at empoweringseniors.cv@gmail.com, and the CV stands for Cache Valley. And lastly, you can call me personally with suggestions for the show or any comments you have at 435-512-6406.
Oh, thank you for doing that. And speaking of Cache Valley, like the CV that we have on our website or our email, we have Oliver Hoops from Cache Valley Pharmacy with us today. Oliver, welcome.
Well, thank you for having me again. I love coming here.
Yeah, no, we love having you. Oliver recently has joined with the Cache Valley Pharmacy and is now part of our Empowering Seniors Group, which is awesome that he's a member. And since it's pretty new, you want to tell us a little bit about you and a little bit about the Cache Valley Pharmacy, what's going on there. Give our listeners an overview.
Yep. So I've been in pharmacy for about 15 years now, and I got out a little bit. Last time I was on, it was with Focus Pharmacology, all of our supplements and our supplement lines and things like that. And this time I want to talk more about the pharmacy side of things. We have a lot of exciting things we're doing there now, and a lot of big things we're bringing to the Valley, especially for seniors. I've always loved our seniors. Down in last place I was working at, I did the Fun Bus every month. So I went to Wendover once a month for about 4 years with the seniors, and it was some of the best 4 years ever. So
that was actually how we met.
That is how we met.
Yeah,
yep.
On the Fun Bus.
Yep. So it's been many years, but I love the seniors. I love Cache Valley. And so, I want to talk more about the pharmacy this time. So we've a lot of exciting things going on we got going there.
So you guys are a local independent pharmacy, which means you guys have the freedom to do different, run it how you want since you're not a big chain. So what kind of services do you guys provide for the Valley here? Do you guys bubble pack, or do you have delivery?
Yep.
Those kind of services?
Yep. So bubble packing, if you're not aware of what bubble packing is we can actually take the medications and put them individually into packets. And so if you have a lot of medications you're taking, even if it's a little, your supplements, anything, maybe it's mom or dad, maybe it's not, whatever, we can actually take those. We put them in a packet for you so that they pull off the thing, and this is your 4 doses in the morning, and here's your evening ones, and you can take the little things, and you're going to go out for lunch for the day, and so you don't have to take 15 bottles with you. You can have just your one little pack that you got for lunch that day. We offer that for free. That's at the pharmacy there.
Do the bubble packs replace those little plastic weekly organizers that you put all your pills in?
There's a lot of medications that are going out and a lot of supplements and things. Let us deal with it. We can put it in there. You don't have to organize it yourself. It's, when you're just like, I just take the yellow one at 10. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to take it at 10. If you let us do it, we can go through, make sure that the instructions are perfect. The pharmacist is checking it, and that those doses are taken at the right time. And maybe the doctor has switched you up a little bit. Maybe they've changed things or whatever. We will get all that information, and we can set it up exactly how it's supposed to be. You can do it, and you can do those little weekly things, but just let us deal with it. You guys got enough stuff going on.
So how far in advance do you pack those? Is it like a 30-day setup, or how does that usually work?
Yep. We usually do 30 days. I actually like 28-day cycles. That sounds weird, but it'll start and end on the same time. So it's, the fourth Wednesday or whatever. 30-day cycle is a little bit harder because it could end on a Sunday, and we want to make sure that everybody has their meds and when we cycle them up, that's what we call it, we'll get them all together so that once a month you're getting all your meds versus going 6-7 times. And when we're cycling them, we can also call the doctor ahead of time so we make sure we have the refills on time and like everything's ready for you, so that we just try to take all of that out of your worries.
Gosh, that's fantastic. Well, so a lot of like my clients there at Comfort Care, they're not leaving their house very much. How do they get those bubble packs? Do they need to get there to the swing by the pharmacy, or do you guys?
So we do have a drive-through, but we do have delivery. So we'll deliver it right to your house. We're doing a lot more shipping now. The shipping goes, you'll have it the next day. So you don't need to make that trip. You don't need to come in. And again, when we have it cycled up and we the first month is getting it set up and done correctly, but after month 1, it's cycled up and you'll just have it in your mailbox, 5 days before your next one starts. So you don't ever have to worry about that.
Sounds like that makes it easier for caretakers too, and not having any mix-up. I don't even know how that is legally, because I know that some caretakers are not allowed to give meds, but are they allowed to give that hand the prepackaged to the client?
Yeah, that's actually a great question. But yeah, these work out really well for a lot of our clients there at Comfort Care, because we can actually open it, hand it to them, and since we're not physically giving them the medication, it works out just fine. And so these bubble packs work out fantastic for us.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, because I can imagine that a lot of caretakers sweat over what they're handing their clients.
Yeah. So Oliver, you haven't been at the pharmacy too long. What other changes do you guys have?
We have a lot of changes. So we do a lot of compounding, custom formulations now. We are doing sterile compounding now, a lot more checks and balances in there, but we did bring on a new pharmacist. His name was Mark Linhart. He was the pharmacist at Lee's, if you remember that, a few years ago up on 1400 North. He is one of the most wonderful guys I've ever met. But for the last few years, he's actually been down south doing sterile compounding. And it is, so we brought him on because we wanted to do sterile. It is a very intense, a very sophisticated process, if you will, to do sterile. And so I wanted to make sure I brought the best person I could find to do this kind of stuff, because it's something that Cache Valley needs, and it's a huge benefit to a lot of people. But yeah.
Thank you, Oliver. We're already coming up on our first break here, so maybe if our listeners want to take out a pad and pencil, we're going to be sure to mention the location of Cache Valley Pharmacy as well as a phone number after we come back from this break. Again, I'd like to mention our sponsor, which is the Empowering Seniors Group. If you'd like to learn more about them, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info. This is the Senior Moments Show. We're going to take a short break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Tyler. Recently, my father passed away, and White Pine provided the funeral services for our family. They were friendly, thoughtful, and attentive to every detail. It isn't often that a loved one passes away, so it was very important to my family that everything be handled just right. Because my dad was loved by so many people, we had a lot of family and friends that traveled from out of town. I really appreciate how White Pine Funeral Services made sure everyone was comfortable and that the focus was where it needed to be, on my dad and my family. They really took care of us during this tender time.
White Pine Funeral Services, here when you need us most.
Did you know 1 in 3 people will visit a nursing home? Did you know that once there, they will stay there for an average of 3 years? Did you also know there are insurance options that can help cover this experience? Hi, I'm Tracy Ferris with Blue Water Health Insurance. It's not cheap to stay in a full-fledged nursing home. Long-term care insurance can help you or a loved one get the care they need and deserve. If you wait until you need it, you may be too late. Give me a call at 435-890-8155.
I think Mom needs a little more help.
What I really need is a boyfriend who can drive at night.
Hi, this is Bruce with Comfort Care. With Comfort Care at your side, you can live your best life possible. We know families can't be there 24/7, which is why we can help with as little or as much home care as you need, so you can live in your own home on your own terms.
Could you give me a phone number? My daughter was texting.
Together with Comfort Care, you can live your best life possible. Call us today at 754-7676. That's 754-7676.
This is Scott Robinson, owner of Cache Valley Pharmacy. At Cache Valley Pharmacy, we offer so many services, from free delivery to custom packaging. We pride ourselves in our compounding. We love it so much that we've partnered with Focus Pharmacology, Cache Valley's own premier supplement line, and we're throwing in a free bottle of supplements with every new custom compound prescription. You heard me right, a free bottle with every new compounded prescription. So when your doctor asks where you want your prescription sent, tell them Cache Valley Pharmacy. Cache Valley Pharmacy, keeping it local, online at cachevalleypharmacy.com.
Getting around your home should be easy and safe. At RT Med Mobile, they provide wheelchairs, stair lifts, ramps, and electric lift chairs to help seniors maintain independence and comfort. Their friendly team offers free in-home consultations to find the perfect solution for you or your loved one. Locally owned and here to help. Call 435-260-6171 today. RT Med Mobile, because your mobility matters.
And welcome back to the Senior Moment Show. My name is Bryce Patton, here with Sid Roeder, and we've been speaking with our guest Oliver Hoops from Cache Valley Pharmacy, and he's been telling us all about all the wonderful services that they do. Now, Oliver, if somebody wants to call you guys to see about switching over their prescriptions to Cache Valley Pharmacy, or just have questions in general about their meds or different things, where can they find you?
So our phone number is just 435-787-1212, 1212. It's really easy. And you bring up meds. If you guys want to transfer meds, you don't have to do anything. All you do is call us, and my pharmacist will actually call wherever your medications are and get them all transferred, all the prescriptions transferred, everything transferred. So you do nothing. All we need is your name, birthday, what you're doing. And so again, just call us at 435-787-1212. We're also located just on 4th East, up on 2200 North, kind of by the Specialty Hospital in Maple Springs. We're right there on the corner in the big 3-story building. We're just on the main floor.
That's awesome. All right, so before the break, you started talking about how you brought in a pharmacist to help with sterile compounding. Now, what is sterile compounding, and why did you want to bring it to the Valley?
So we've always done regular compounding. Regular compounding is more topical creams and oral medications, things like that. Sterile compounding gets into injectables. So it's a whole nother level of testing and a whole nother level of laws and everything. So we've spent every waking moment for the last 4 months working on this sterile and getting approved by the state and setting up all these processes. And we're finally up and going now. One of the main things that we do with sterile is GLP-1s. If you're not familiar with GLP-1, it's the new weight loss stuff, all the new weight loss drugs, semaglutide, tirzepatide. There's a few of them out there, but we can now compound those. The great thing about the compounding is the main thing is personalized formulations. So everything we make is a personalized formulation. So we have very specific things that we're doing to these GLP-1s so that they're fitting the patient's needs. When it comes to weight loss in these GLP-1s, 30% of the weight loss is actually muscle depletion. So you're losing 30% of your muscle. We want to lose weight. We don't necessarily want to lose muscle. So we have added extra things into our compounds to help with that so that you have less muscle depletion. Again, we're going back into the supplement side of things. We have proteins and we have all these other stuff that is huge benefits when it comes to GLP-1. Again, a lot of these, the stuff that we have to do is totally different. So every single batch of medication we make of a tirzepatide or semaglutide, we have to send in for a sterility and a purity check. So we send it out to a third-party testing site. They have to check, and we send in a lot of bottles. So when we batch these things, it's not, here's one and let's test it. It is dozens and dozens and dozens of bottles, depending on how big the batch is. And they're testing it and checking it and coming back in a few days saying, we are absolutely perfect. We are spot on. We're coming within 1/100%. Like, we are absolutely accurate. The purity is fantastic. That's a big deal right now because the market is kind of flooded with these, and you never know where you're getting some of this stuff from. It's scary because there's a lot of things that just pop up, and people are ordering them from Florida or Texas or wherever, and they're hoping, you know, they maybe have some papers that say they've been checked, but we do it all in-house. We check them, we do them, we make sure that every single thing goes out is absolutely perfect and is fitting your guys' needs. So
one question here for someone who has not worked in a pharmacy before. This is directed towards Bryce. How does, maybe for someone who hasn't heard much about GLP-1, is that, obviously it's not a prescription drug, right? Is it?
So it is. So it's a prescription drug. It's, you've probably heard more of like Ozempic or Mounjaro, things like that. Those are the brand name commercially available ones. The compounded versions are the main ingredients like tirzepatide and semaglutide. So they are a prescription based. They are, they're not a controlled substance or anything like that, but they're fantastic. I'm really happy that they've been out, and there's a lot of people that are benefiting greatly from these weight loss drugs. I love them. I think people are like, well, just stop eating. And I'm like, well, just stop breathing. I love food. Me and Bryce both. Like it's hard to say I'm not going to eat that ice cream. It's delicious. Like,
amen to that.
And so with these new medications, it helps curb those appetites. You know, it helps curb the cravings, and it helps say, you know what, I can just eat one bite of this, and I can help. It helps with that control, and it helps with that stopping it. But it's not that easy when people have, you know, weight problems and stuff. If you're on the other side, you don't realize how hard that is to control those kind of things. And this stuff is huge, and it is very, very helpful for a lot of people now.
Yeah. So when I was looking into a lot of this, the prescriptions I shouldn't say over the counter, but the big pharma prescriptions for this were pretty expensive.
Yep.
Is it pretty expensive on your end for these prescriptions, or is it a little more manageable for someone like me to afford this?
Yep. So some of these prescriptions are over $1,000, the commercially available stuff. It's rare that insurances cover any of them. If they do, fantastic. We've got them and we can do that. The compounded version though is a fifth of that. You know, we're cutting these prices, you know, a quarter of it. It's so much more affordable. And again, like I was saying, it's these custom things. And so we're helping with some of the side effects that happen with the commercially available stuff. We're trying to curb those kind of things. And so, yes, much more affordable depending on the dosing, what it is. From what I have seen, we are one of the most affordable in the state of Utah. But there's a lot out there, so I don't want to make the claim of it, but we're trying to make sure that everybody can get this and that it's helpful for everybody, because $1,000 a month's not realistic. That's crazy. And who can afford that? So yeah, it's a lot better.
So just real quick, what states are you guys licensed in?
So we're in Utah right now, but we are getting licensed in Idaho, New Mexico, Nevada, Montana. We have numerous different states we're working on. And again, it's a whole nother level of things, but we want to be able to offer this stuff to anyone and everyone and be able to get it in their house and helping them.
Thank you, Oliver. This is the Senior Moments Show. We're up on our second break here. So I just want to mention our sponsor really quick, which is the Empowering Seniors Group. If you'd like to learn more about them, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info. We're going to take a short break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Are you tired of feeling unwell and not knowing why? At Next Level Health and Wellness, we hear you. We specialize in uncovering the root causes of your discomfort, whether it's gut health, hormone imbalances, or emotional and mental blocks. With personalized plans, advanced lab testing, and evidence-based holistic nutrition practices, we guide you toward lasting health and wholeness. Awaken your healing potential with a team that listens, understands, and supports you wherever you are. Visit nextlevelhw.com to start your journey to feeling better today.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad.
No problem, sweetie.
I can't believe you're able to fit everything in that little sedan.
Bye!
When they move out, you can move on to a house that fits your life. It's time to live in a space that fits your family.
Hi, this is Sid Roeder with Achievement Realty.
Let me help you to find a home that suits your needs and is less to take care of. Save money or even make money on the sale of your current home. Call me today at 512-6406, then list it, sell it, and move on.
This is Scott Robinson, owner of Cache Valley Pharmacy. At Cache Valley Pharmacy, we offer so many services, from free delivery to custom packaging. We pride ourselves in our compounding. We love it so much that we've partnered with Focus Pharmacology, Cache Valley's own premier supplement line, and we're throwing in a free bottle of supplements with every new custom compound prescription. You heard me right, a free bottle with every new compounded prescription. So when your doctor asks where you want your prescription sent, tell them Cache Valley Pharmacy. Cache Valley Pharmacy, keeping it local, online at cachevalleypharmacy.com.
Need a helping hand? The Bear River Association of Governments, also known as BRAG, is here for you.
They assist seniors with in-home services, provide utility bill relief through the HEAT program, and offer rental assistance to keep you housed.
Need help with tax prep? Their experts ensure you get the refund you deserve. And for veterans, they're here to connect you with the benefits you've earned.
BRAG is your local resource for a stronger today and a more secure future. Call today or visit brag.utah.gov.
At Maple Springs Senior Living in North Logan, we understand that entrusting the care of your loved one to someone else is a decision not taken lightly. That's why we go above and beyond to create a nurturing environment where your family becomes our family.
When I found Maple Springs, it was like a weight lifted off my shoulders. The staff here really cares, and Mom is thriving.
The activities and social events have brought so much joy to Dad's life. I can see a positive change every time I visit.
We know that your loved one's well-being is your top priority, and it's ours too. Learn more at maplesprings.living.com.
And welcome back to the Senior Moment Show. My name is Bryce Patton, here with Sid Roeder, and we've been talking all things GLP-1s, which is the weight loss drug, here with Oliver today from Cache Valley Pharmacy. Oliver, if anyone has questions about these weight loss drugs or any other medication or whatnot, what's your phone number and where are you located?
Phone number is 435-787-1212. We're located up on the corner of 4th East and 2200 North, kind of by the specialty hospital and the big 3-story building. We're just in the bottom floor there.
Thanks. Oliver, how does that look on the consumer end of things? Because, I've heard some things about GLP-1. The cost is definitely a factor for people. Now, listening to you, if I'm a consumer and I'm thinking maybe I want to get into this, how do I connect with a doctor or how do I connect with a pharmacy? If I want to have your product, how does that work?
So you just go to your primary care doctor and you can bring it up to them and they can see if it's a fit for you or not. They'll check, medications and see if there's any sort of interactions and things. But the pharmacy or the doctor can just call us then. If they already don't know, you can say, hey, I actually, it's not going to be covered under my insurance. Can we get the compounded version from Cache Valley Pharmacy? And again, they can call Mark. They can call the pharmacy at 435-787-1212. They'll call them up and say, hey, how do I write this prescription? I want to be affordable and I want to make sure that we're doing the best for my patient. And that pharmacist can give direction to the practitioner of how to do it and what to prescribe.
So, Oliver, there has been some things with the GLP-1s that, at times it was, hey, you can compound, other times you can't compound. Where do we stand? It sounds like right now what you're saying is it's legal to compound now?
It is 100% legal. So what they did away with was mass producing. So there were shortages and stuff. So there was big pharmacies out there that were mass producing it and sending out the identical formulation of what's commercially available. They've gotten rid of that because the shortages aren't there anymore. But we as a pharmacy can still compound. So we just have to be pharmacy to patient. It also is not the identical formulation of what's commercially available. So that's where this customization comes from. And that's where helping with the muscle loss and all these other things we're doing. So yes, it is 100% legal. It is, we can do it today. We can send it out to you and you can get the help you need.
And I'm just curious because I've never dealt with this. Is this a pill or is this an injection?
So this is an injection. So when it comes to sterile, that's the whole thing with sterile. It's an injectable medication that you take once a week. So, and the needle is super small. I hate it. My wife has to give me the shots and I have to look the other way, but it is the teeniest. It's nothing. It's
so,
really
so
easy.
is it self-administered then? I'm taking it. That's nice.
That is correct. It's just you draw it up and you just administer your dosage and you're good to go.
So with all the weight loss, and you were talking about the muscle loss as well, and you talked about adding protein in, is there other things that people should be doing when they're on a GLP-1 to help mitigate the weight loss, maybe try and help clean out the toxins in their body and things like that?
So with Focus Pharmacology, with those supplements, we have cleanses that are in there that'll help flush your system. You want to stay up on protein. You want to be tracking yourself a lot. It's great to lose weight. It's great to get on that scale and be down 10 pounds, 20 pounds. It's super exciting, but you want to track, you may want to get a more educated scale that does more of your bone, your muscle mass and things like that. To test, I lost 10 pounds of water weight. Well, okay, let's push now and get the fat off now. And so, for me, it's all about tracking and making sure that you're tracking everything. And the more you track, the better. If you're going to try to lose weight and just check yourself for the first of the month and the end of the year, you're not going to lose weight. But if you're checking yourself, even daily, it's going to get exciting and you're going to start seeing the weight come off and your work that you're doing is going to just be so much fun.
If somebody's interested and they don't want to go do the, visit with their doctor first and they just want to come talk about this, can they come in and talk to the pharmacist or give a call? Do you guys have?
I would love that. So we are working on something. I didn't want to talk about it on this one, so I'll talk about it next month with you guys. But we will be able to have in-house telehealth practitioners that you'll be able to access to. We still want to loop in your primary care. We still want to make sure that, the meds you're on and everything's interacting, but we're going to have some specialty practitioners that are going to work with us that are very, GLP-1 and that we're setting up programs for tracking. And so that we can make sure you're hitting your goals and the things that you want.
So when you talk about these programs for tracking, is it just the doctor's office that helps you, or is there other people that are set up to help with that?
So for me, just personal tracking, you can get a scale from Walmart today that it's where you take your shoes off and it's your bare feet on it, and it sends a little current through, but it'll tell you muscle mass and bone mass and water weight, and it tells you a lot more educated things. They're a little bit, extra $20 or something. They're not expensive at all, but you can track it yourself from your house. Again, we're trying to put the power back to you and make sure that you're reaching the goals that you want.
Thank you, Oliver. We're already coming up on the end of our break, so I don't want to leave with another contact information from you.
Okay. Again, phone number is 435-787-1212. And we're up on 2200 North and 4th East, just there in North Logan in the big 3-story building there on the corner right by the specialty hospital.
Thank you, Oliver, for coming in and giving us some insights on GLP-1 and on Cache Valley Pharmacy. This is the Senior Moment Show. We're at the end of our show. We hope you tune in again next week.